It's not every day that a former president and a renowned author team up on a new book, but that's exactly what Bill Clinton and James Patterson did, aiming, they say, to create the best thriller about the presidency that's ever been written. This was your first foray into the world of fiction. What was that transition like?
It was exciting, and I loved it because I'm a big mystery and thriller reader, have been for almost 40 years, and I read a lot of them every year. And I always wanted to write one.
Former President Bill Clinton launching a new career as a fiction writer, teaming up with best-selling author James Patterson, who has sold nearly 400 million books worldwide. Mr. Patterson, by several measures, you are the most successful writer in modern history. What was it like?
Frightening.
What was it like collaborating with the president?
It was great. When I was a kid, I remember Eisenhower came to our little town. We both grew up in small towns. I never forgot that. And so the notion of actually spending a year with President Clinton was stunning to me.
Their new novel, a thriller titled The President is Missing, combines Clinton's presidential knowledge with Patterson's skilled pen. Be honest, how helpful was he?
Not that. No, he was, no, unbelievably. I think what separates this book from anything I've read and anything most people have read is just the authenticity. There is a devastating attack against the United States and the president is missing.
Set in Washington, D.C., the story details a fictional president's harrowing race to stop the worst cyber attack in American history, an attack threatening to cripple the country. We met the writers at BookCon in New York City.
What I wanted to do is to make sure that we were dealing with a real threat, not an imagined one.
One of the things we tried to do was to let people understand what it's like to be president, how important that job is, how difficult that job is, how dangerous that job is. One of the things that the president did, which was interesting just in terms of the partnership, is to keep driving to make these characters more flesh and blood and realistic. With the president, the president in the book, Duncan, that he's just very realistic. This is a human being. He has flaws. That was important.
The book, also in the book, the president really paints this bleak picture of the political landscape, and you alluded to it there as well. He says at one point, quote, "Our democracy cannot survive its current downward drift into tribalism, extremism, and seething resentment." That's clearly your voice. Is that how you feel about where we are right now?
Oh, absolutely. I'll give you an example. When I started, look, politics has always been a contact sport. It's a tough business. You don't want to get, it's like if you're a quarterback in pro football, you can't complain when you get sacked, right? I mean, it's a contact sport. But it's different now. I don't even know if I could win any kind of a race today because of that.
The book, I've still got about 50 pages left. It really is a fascinating read. It's classic Patterson, but there are parts of the book that are obviously Bill Clinton's voice. So it's already #1 on Amazon's sales list. So.
All right.
Better finish the last 50.
Yeah, I think so.
Your book report is due tomorrow.
We'll bring it in. The President is Missing from Bill Clinton and James Patterson, out today.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.